Alright guys, Corey Margera here, and basically Salim Ibrahim uploaded a video about Christopher Nolan's movies. It's not a long video, it's a short 6-minute video, and he's basically saying what I've been saying for a long time now, is that I am not on the fucking Christopher Nolan bandwagon. Personally, like, I know Salim, he likes some of his movies, he likes some of his films, but I personally don't like any of his freaking movies. I really find them to be very, very complex, but at the same time, I just find them to be very, very shallow in certain areas, and not like complex, like I don't know what's going on. It's like I don't care what's going on, you know. And this is in a lot of his movies, from Inception, Memento, and of course, his popular and highly overrated Dark Knight trilogy. And, I can actually do an entire video based off this trilogy alone. But, I'm just going to get to a few of the points of what I have a problem with in the Dark Knight trilogy before I get on to the rest of the video on Hollywood these days. And basically, with, the Dark Knight trilogy, I find it to be very, very bland. I find the environments, I find Gotham City to be very bland. It's nothing but another run-of-the-mill city. Looks, I mean, there's no, it doesn't look like any place that you would be afraid of. It doesn't look like crime is running rampant in this city. It just looks like another, I mean, obviously crime happens in every city, but it's just like, it doesn't, like, it's boring. It doesn't give you that look of like Gotham. It doesn't have like, holy shit, I don't ever want to fucking move there. I don't ever want to visit there. You know, I mean, they would have done a better job if they would have made fucking Gotham City look like Detroit or fucking Cleveland, Ohio or something. Give it like a evil look, make it look like, holy shit, this city is falling apart. Let it be known that Gotham is going through urban decay. You know, not like, oh, it looks so realistic, it looks so boring, it looks like CSI meets Law and Order or some shit like that. I mean, like, do something with it. And that's one of the things I admire about Tim Burton's, you know first two movies, more specifically, Batman 89, because I hated Batman Returns, but I really enjoyed Batman 89 simply because the entire architecture of the city, it looked like how Gotham should look. It was dark, it had a lot of gothic architecture. It had a very, like, unsettling feeling to it. And that's a big problem I have with Hollywood in general. Like, I want more environments that, have theme to them. Not everything's got to be super, super realistic, super, super, oh, it just looks like a normal city. It looks like this, it looks bland as shit. Give something more, make it feel like, give it like an unsettling feeling. I'm not saying it has to look like Cliche, like with thunder and lightning and no, it's an evil city. No, I'm like, give it more of an unsettling feeling. Give it more of an edge. Do something with it. I mean, seriously. I mean, Gotham City in the Nolan universe is so fucking boring. It's just like, it's like, whatever. I mean, and like, the character development in Nolan's movies is just so dry. It's like extremely dry. It's just like, it's almost like it's insulting some of the characters. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, Joel Schumacher did that. And yeah, he did with some characters. He fucked up Two-Face He fucked up Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane. You know, I mean, instead of making Poison Ivy like an eco-terrorist, he made her into like this cliche, crazy plant lady. You know, yeah, she's crazy about plants, but still, it could have been done much better. Basically, you know, I don't like any any of Nolan's movies, but I just found a lot of flaws in general, like with Hollywood in general. I mean, these a lot of these movies that come out nowadays have no character. None. It's just like even like especially most of these superhero movies and stuff, it's just like wow. It's like everything I already know what's going to happen in most of these movies. It's become predictable. Hollywood has become so cliche and predictable. It's like even with the fucking NWA biopic, like honestly, it's 2 hours of shit that I already knew what was gonna happen in it. Like I know I did not pay to see that movie. I refuse to pay to see some fucking straight out of Compton ghetto movie piece of shit. I refuse to pay my hard-earned money, especially since my fucking rent is going up this month. I'm not gonna spend my hard-earned money. I'm not gonna spend fucking $13 on a movie ticket to a movie that I'm not even excited to see. I don't really care about it. I saw the movie for free online. You know, so I don't know. I'm not paying for that shit. And it was basically the same shit. It's the same cliche. If you've seen one hood movie, you've seen them all. You've seen them all. They're all the same shit. They're all the same fucking shit. All of them. They're like literally like Boys in the Hood, South Central. All these movies are basically the same shit. The hood sucks. Yeah. I mean, and it does. Which is why, like, literally, how many times are you gonna tell this story? Like, oh, like 8 Mile or Straight Outta Compton. It's just another biopic of how rappers became rappers and blah 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 blah. It's like you already know what's going to be told. Why the fuck watch it? And the only reason I watched it is because everyone was saying like, "Oh my god, Straight Outta Compton was a good movie." And I mean, like, yeah, the production values are great, but even for the fact that I saw it online, the quality wasn't as good as like in the theater, but you could still tell the production value was, there was a lot of effort put into that, but still, it's like, who gives a shit? It's the same fucking movie. It's the same fucking hood movie you've seen 10 fucking goddamn million fucking times. It's the same old shit. It's cliche. It's repetitive. It's predictable. It's not worth watching. And it's not worth you faggots overrating the hell out of that goddamn piece of shit movie. Over 2 hours, I will never get back. Literally, over 2 hours, I will never fucking get back. Because, seriously, because Hollywood doesn't know how to be more fucking original. Like, seriously. It's fucking stupid. It's like, literally, it's like, I swear to God, Hollywood, hire me. I can come up with better film ideas. And that's a fact. I can. I'll make you more money. I'll come up with way better shit. Because obviously you're not doing a good job. It's like, seriously, people will pay money to see the same old shit. Same old tired cliches. The same old crap. It's like, be more fucking original. And one thing I just hate, and let me get back to the Nolan movies for a second. Especially with his Batman movies, I like character development is a big thing for me when it comes to film. It's a big thing. It's very crucial. If I don't care about the characters or I don't care about what's going to happen, if I'm not in suspense, if I am falling asleep while watching a movie and I don't care about the plot, that means it's a piece of shit. that means it's an automatic piece of shit. I don't care. If I'm literally falling asleep and I do not give two fucking shits about the plot, that means it's a shitty movie, it's a shitty film. I have no time for it. And that's just the way it is. I hate the way how he portrays a lot of the characters, especially in his fucking Dark Knight trilogy. Like, seriously, it is just like, I hate the characters. The only characters I come close to liking are Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face, as Harvey Dent. You know, basically more so when he becomes Two-Face, not really as much as when he's Harvey Dent. Um, but you know, I mean, he does play a decent role as Harvey Dent, though. Like, he is he does. Aaron Eckhart, he does a good job at playing like the district attorney. But I really love, you know, when he becomes Two-Face in The Dark Knight. You know, because he basically, you know, there's a reason for him to lose faith. There's a reason for him to want to get revenge. You know, it's not like in Batman Forever where, you know, Harvey Dent, he's just like, oh, I'm going to kill Batman. I'm the new Joker. Ha 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 ha. Which I thought was funny, but that's not Two-Face. Two-Face is a much more sympathetic character, just like Mr. Freeze is a much more sympathetic character. And, you know, Joel Schumacher, he definitely fucked up with those characters. But I do like Two-Face in the movie, and I like Catwoman. I like Catwoman because she's like no nonsense. You know, Anne Hathaway, I was surprised actually because I thought she wasn't going to do a good job as Catwoman, but she actually does a very good job as Catwoman. She does a very, very good job. You know, but everybody else, I hate Christian Bale's Batman. He sucks. I mean, it's not just his, oh, look at me, I'm a fake Death Clock voice. Da, 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 da. No, it's just like his voice sucks, but he sucks. His Bruce Wayne sucks. His Batman sucks. His Batman is a bitch. His Batman is a fucking bitch. His Batman is fucking garbage. Like, literally, he doesn't do any, like, he doesn't even think of shit on his own. Like, he always needs, like, Alfred or Lucius to, like, help him with shit. And it's like, Bruce Wayne knows how to do shit on his own. Like, in the comics and in the animated series, he asks Alfred for help. He asks Alfred for advice. But he doesn't, like, rely on them. You know, he's not, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he does, like, get advice from Alfred, but it's not like, and that's another thing I hate about the movies, too. Alfred is so goddamn bossy in the Dark Knight trilogy, and I hate Michael Caine's performance as Alfred. I absolutely hate it. He is the worst candidate to play Alfred. From his annoying, cognish voice, you know, like, hello, Alfred is fucking, he has an English voice, not a fucking Cognish voice. You know, he's supposed to have a more European voice, accent. You know, like, seriously. Like that, and that was one thing that truly turned me off. Yeah, I hated Michael Caine's voice. Like, he was just such, like, he always tried to act like he knew everything, too. That's what really pissed me off. And I was, like, it was just like, oh my god, shut up. And, like, the way he hid Rachel's letter from Bruce and stuff like that, it was just like, it was pathetic. It was just like, why are you hiding? Like, if she wants to break up with him, let him, like, seriously, stop being a fucking overprotective bitch. Like, that was my fucking biggest problem with Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy. I also hated Rachel's character. Rachel Dawes' character was just so pretentious, so annoying. Everybody in the film tries to be so overly pretentious and self-righteous to the point where it just makes you want to fucking vomit. It's like, seriously, shut up. We get it. Like, even in like fucking Death Note, they're not overly pretentious when they're going after Kira. You know, they're not like it's like, seriously, they actually, like, ah, man, like, it's like, this shit is so dumb. Like, And it just really pissed me off. It really turned me off from the movies. That was a big problem with the movies, in my opinion. It was just like, seriously, there was so much talking too. It was like, get to the point. Let's see some action. Let's see Bruce Wayne fight. Let's see him actually do some cool moves. He's trained in martial arts. Let's see Batman fight. We barely get any good fight scenes in any of these movies. I mean, and the scene in The Dark Knight Rises, Batman versus Bane, that was laughable. That was just pathetic. Even you could tell Anne Hathaway was just like looking at it like even out of character. Like, wow, this fight scene is terrible. Like, I mean, you could tell she literally was like embarrassed just looking at that. There was like, wow, I can't believe we're in a major motion picture here. This is a major film. This is going to be a big blockbuster, and this is the fight scene that they're having between Bane and Batman. Like, seriously, it's fucking gay. Like, it's stupid. He had his elbows looking like he was fucking Reptile from Mortal Kombat doing some stupid dance. He was like, it was laughable. It was that bad. And to me, that entire trilogy is just highly overrated. And Christopher Nolan's films in general are highly overrated. But that's just my big fucking problem with fucking Hollywood in general. It's just like, seriously, make something cool. Make something that people actually want to see instead of something that's overhyped and is bland as shit. Like, comic book movie after comic book movie, hood movie after hood movie, stereotypical Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry movie after one another. It's like the same shit. You get all these boring cliche dramas too. It's just like, oh my god, I do not care. It's like, I look at this movie and I don't care. I don't care about the characters. I don't care about the plot. It's like, seriously, like, make a movie that you can actually give a shit about. Like, serious, it's not that hard. And that's my biggest problem with Hollywood in general. They just make movie after movie and it's just a cliche blockbuster success. And there's no true character development in a lot of these movies. It's just explosion after explosion after explosion and boring dialogue after it's like, of course I don't care about these characters. They suck. They're not likable. They're a bunch of faggots. They're a bunch of stupid, pretentious dipshits. And there's like, you don't relate to them. You don't find them cool. You don't find them to be fucking badass. It's like, why are you even fucking watching them? It's like so fucking pointless. It's like, seriously, Hollywood, do fucking better. And that's why I hope like independent filmmakers decide to, take over the industry. And just, more money is given to like independent filmmakers. And I'm not the biggest supporter of like these websites like Kickstarter and GoFundMe and all that, but some of these people actually have better ideas than these jackasses in Hollywood that don't know what the fuck they're doing. They literally don't. Alright, like, seriously, they're coming out with boring, bland shit like Pacific Rim. Like, all these movies are so forgettable too. It's like, you watch it and it's forgettable. You're not gonna want to watch it years down the road. You're not gonna feel nostalgic for these movies because they fucking suck. You're gonna wake up and realize, wow, these movies are fucking shit. They fucking suck. These films are shit. They are boring. They don't make you want to think. They don't interest you. They don't inspire you. There's nothing. There's nothing there. It's bland. It's shit. Most of these films are shit. Like, be more fucking creative. Be ballsy. Stop being pussies too. Stop being afraid to offend people. It's another problem with Hollywood nowadays. It's like everyone is such a fucking pussy. Like, have some balls. Do something original. Create a new idea for once. Take real life events. and tell how you actually feel. Stop being so politically correct. Take real life events and tell your story. Tell how you fucking feel. Tell how you fucking feel. Express yourself. Tell how. Explain that you're pissed off about the hood. Say fuck the hood. Say fuck this pretentious shit. Fuck that. Fuck this. Fuck that. You know, be ballsy. Be more original. Stop being a fucking cliche stereotype. That's the problem with Hollywood. That's the problem with the fucking liberal agenda, too. It's like, seriously, every movie that comes out now, it's like, oh my god, I could care less. I could care less. That's why I watch this shit for free. I'm not paying 14, 13 bucks just to see one of these shitty ass abortions from Hollywood. I'm not doing it. It's like, create better shit.